everybody, Dr. Whiting here. And today I want to talk to you about something that is one of the huge myth circulating around not only on the internet, on social media, but even at a more professional level with many healthcare practitioners. And that it revolves around a subject called Candida albicans. Candida organism is a fungus, and it is present in the intestines of all human beings. And while it's there, it doesn't seem to do anybody any harm. However, that fungus is kept in check or in balance through the use of and the manufacture of beneficial bacteria. And when you do something that is harming that beneficial bacteria, depleting it, then that Candida organism can begin to explosively multiply. And when that occurs, then you begin to have problems, symptoms. There is a lot of talk now in the scientific community about the potential dangers that may be arising in a more epidemic situation with various fungal organisms, of which Candida albicans is one of them. And this is due to environment, it's due to a whole host of issues. But one of the greatest myths that's being circulated about candidiasis or Candida overgrowth is the infamous and totally ineffective Candida diet. First of all, you need to understand that you don't eat Candida, and what you don't eat won't take it away. Now, that having been said, people follow these so-called Candida diets, which are generally no fermented foods, low in carbohydrates, high in protein, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm not saying that that type of diet is necessarily unhealthy. However, it doesn't solve a Candida problem. Here at our research institute, we see people that come to us regularly that have been following this Candida diet for months or even years. And every time they just get sick and tired of eating such a restricted diet and go off of it, their Candida symptoms return with a vengeance. So people have deduced that by going off this diet and eating all these other foods like refined carbohydrates and various other things, that is the cause of the Candida problem. It is not. Candida is a naturally occurring organism, and the Candida diet will only improve symptoms. It will not solve the problem. Yes, people go on these diets and they feel better. Their symptoms get less. But as soon as they go off, it comes back, which kind of indicates that it's not solving the problem, it's masking the problem over. Kind of like taking an aspirin for a headache. Works wonders. But unless the cause of the headache is gone, when that aspirin wears off, the headache will be right back. And so the so-called Candida diet is, in my opinion, offering false hope for people. And people follow these highly restricted diets in the desperate hope to feel better, to eliminate their problem. And while it does make you feel better for a variety of reasons, the least of which is probably in some ways a healthier diet, it doesn't solve the problem. The only thing that we have found to solve this problem once it becomes systemic or throughout the body is by raising the oxygen level of the blood and soft tissues. And that can be done safely and effectively with natural supplements. Aloe Vera based oxygen rich supplements, when taken regularly, several times a day over a few weeks can actually increase the oxygen level of the body, and in doing so destroys the Candida organism. And that's because most fungal organisms, most fungus, are anaerobic. So they don't like the high oxygen environment. Can they mutate and adapt to increased oxygen? Yes, but only to a certain extent. If we can raise the oxygen level high enough, it overpowers the metabolism of the fungus and it is destroyed. So when you hear about the Candida diet, be very cautious. Following such a diet for the short term while you're doing other things to eliminate this problem is probably not a bad idea, because it'll make you feel better. But if you're counting on that dietary lifestyle to eliminate your problem, I got some bad news for you. It won't. And unless you're willing to follow that diet the rest of your life, you ultimately won't get the relief that you're looking for. You can reach my office at 619-507-2113. You can go to my website, which is healthyinformation.com. On that website, you can take my Candida evaluation test. You can also go to our Candida exclusive website, which is thecandidaclinic.com, and you'll find that test there. The test works on symptoms because there are so many potential symptoms that excess yeast overgrowth can produce that it's almost hard to pinpoint it. But we have used this test now effectively for over 30 years and find its accuracy to be very, very high. So the first step, if you suspect a yeast overgrowth, is to go to thecandidaclinic.com and take the evaluation test. It's a series of questions about symptoms. Submit that, we will review it, and we will contact you by phone. We'll discuss your situation and make recommendations accordingly. Systemic yeast overgrowth, we suspect, will become a greater and greater problem in the next decade. Fortunately, we have super oxygenating abilities available, because the antifungals that are available medicinally have proven to be not only very harsh on the body, but somewhat disappointing in their results. If you like my videos and you find them informative, be sure to like and comment below, and hit that subscribe button and subscribe, because we've got a lot of very interesting topics coming up in the near future, and I don't want you to miss them because they might strike a chord of importance for you or someone in your life. This is Dr. Whiting. Take care